hedge trimming? Now it's easy and convenient with Gardena, because for every hedge and working condition, there's a Gardena hedge trimmer for you. Cutting sideways? With Gardena ErgoCut, it's convenient and easy thanks to the rotating blade unit. Without changing the position of your hands, just turn the blade unit through 90 degrees and you're ready to go. Perfectly balanced, comfortable handling in any working position. Cutting the top of the hedge? With Gardena ErgoCut, you can stand in the ideal cutting position next to the hedge, and the ergonomically shaped handles make it comfortable and safe to use. Laser cut precision blades hold the branches to be cut and handle diameters of up to 27 mm. A fast, efficient, clean cut, guaranteed. And for gardens with small to medium-sized hedges, we have Gardena EasyCut, a light, electric ergonomic tool that makes light work of hedge trimming. Cutting taller hedges? Gardena HighCut is the ideal product, packed with power to make hedge trimming easy and convenient, whatever your needs. Simply adjust the telescopic handle to the desired length, turn the rotating blade unit, and off you go. And for very tall hedges, the Gardena HighCut can extend to a working height of up to 3 meters. Then, to reach the top of the hedge, tilt the cutting head with a simple wrist action to the desired angle and start working. With this powerful tool, cutting is smooth and easy. With Gardena HighCut, you get convenient cutting of high hedges from a safe standing position on the ground, with no ladder required. Cutting sideways is also no problem, thanks to the rotating blade unit. Without changing the position of your hands, just turn it through 90 degrees and continue. Whether powered by electric motor or lithium-ion rechargeable battery, whether on small, large or taller hedges, Gardena has the right hedge trimmer for you, your garden and your needs.
Hello and welcome to Garden Time with Sersar ARAPOÞLU. My name's Sue Ghazi and I'm joined in the studio today by Sersar.
Hello, Sue.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you very much. You?
Oh, not bad, thank you. In fact, it's been lovely this week in North Cyprus. The weather's just starting to get warmer and of course we're spending more time out and about in our gardens.
Yeah, we start the feeling.
Yeah.
And we're feeling that all the plants need more water now.
Yeah, and of course this means that we've got to plan for summer. We've got to plan ahead so that we can make life easier for us.
Yeah, we're going to talk about my article today, is make the garden ready for the summer.
Yes.
So what we're going to start, first of all, we have to check the garden, what is left behind from the winter. Of course,
right, yes.
Must be there is something there. And because sometimes we say, no, there's a little bit more flower, we keep a little bit more, but we must clean the garden because we're losing the time. Later we're going to be late.
Yeah.
When it's too hot, even the summer flowers, we are getting late. So what we need to do, straight away, take the winter plants out the garden. Right. We're talking about the season ones.
Yeah.
And then we need all the soil to make the aerating soil for the ready for it. At least 15 days, 10 days, 15 days, we have to give chance the soil to get air and everything.
So in effect, this is the right time now, isn't it, to be digging around, taking out the old plants from last season and aerating the soil so that there's plenty of air in the soil, oxygen for the plants.
Exactly. And then what we need to do, we need to put vitamin for it, azote, phosphorus and everything, bakar. We need to put vitamin at least before we plant, 10 days before, put the vitamin as well. And then after planting, another 15 days later, one more time to put the vitamin.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to give the plants a very good start, isn't it?
It is. You making the soil, first of all, you aerating the soil,
Yeah.
you're making the soil stronger, and you're making the soil ready for this energy for the plant.
Yeah.
And later, after all this, you will see all summer very, very nice flower you will have, and perfect plants.
Yeah, and now as always, Sersar says it's in the planning, isn't it?
It is in the planning. From the beginning, if you're making your soil ready for the plant, you can go easily.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, is there any type of fertilizer, you know, which we should be using?
Yeah, what we need, azot, phosphor, potassium, mostly, but 20-20 is the most important one.
Yes.
So 20 azot, 20 potassium is the best one at the moment to use it, and is balancing the soil and everything.
Yeah.
And then later you have to look the plants little bit later, because the plants start to speaking to you. If they get yellow, they will start to say you they need iron vitamin.
Yeah.
Which is if they are start to get some color like green or brown, they need bakır, this kind of the thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's
magnesium later they will tell. I mean, depends of the plant.
It's quite true, actually, isn't it? I mean, the plants do actually speak to us. They have their own little language, even if they do go yellow, and you know, let us know that they need some more iron feed or whatever. And of course, depending on what kind of plants, some plants prefer a lot of iron, whereas some don't like it at all.
And especially if they are, of course, the plant and other things where you plant them directly for the sun.
Yeah.
If directly for the sun, if they get yellow, you will put them little bit iron vitamin. If they're under the shade area, this time you need acidic soil or acidic vitamin because they are under the shade. Depends what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a good idea to actually test your soil as well. I mean, I know you can do that at Mediterranean Garden
We're
Centre.
doing this, and we always saying this.
Yeah.
We always saying this from the beginning.
Yeah.
To test your soil, what kind of the soil, even your water.
Right.
Especially if you have a well water.
Yes.
Definitely to test the water as well, because might be too much salt there.
Yeah.
You have to check this.
Well, that's a good idea. I've never heard of actually testing the well water.
Yeah.
But as Sersar says, if there's too much salt which has accumulated inside the well, that could be harmful for your plants. So again, a good idea, isn't it?
Salt and lime as well is important.
Yeah.
Sometimes there is so much soil mixing in the soil water, and this time you have to call the specialist to make it clear you well, because might be this soil coming with the water as well.
Yeah.
This is affecting as well.
That's it. It could harm your plants, isn't it? And after all your hard work, that's the last thing you want.
Yeah, if you start to see on the leaves dirty soil, this means that it's coming from the well water. So make sure that your water is clean always.
Yeah.
Yes, and then after all this, we need to shape the plants.
Yes.
Must be there is some overgrowing, so we need to shape them, make them shorter, and of course climbers. Long time ago, we've been pruning them, but now the new branches will start to come in.
Yeah.
So what we need, trimming. We're saying, just the ends. We need to trim to make them to get more branches.
That's it. Yeah,
we don't want just one. Yeah, we don't want, even if it's climber, we don't want just one branch to go straight.
Yeah.
Make it to more branches.
Yeah.
As much more branches, more flower means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More color.
More color and healthy plants.
Yeah.
Of course. This is important. And another things what you need to do, you have to always this time of the year check your plants. If there is any infects or fungus or some bugs, because just beginning about this, and especially for the roses, fungus a lot, which is we are going to talk about the next week about the roses, what kind of the things you need to do. Yes, after all this checking and spraying and vitamin, we are ready to plant the season,
now,
the summer season.
This is the exciting part,
Exciting
isn't it?
part,
This
yeah.
is where we get
You
to. No, then I was going to ask you about this actually, Sersar, because I would have thought that there are 2 or 3 plants here, but in fact it's only one, isn't it?
It is just one seed.
It's absolutely amazing, isn't it?
Last week we made the program about the special color for the petunias.
Yeah.
And this one, you can.
And it's scented.
It's scented straight away. It's coming anyway. Since we bring it on the studio, it's everywhere. And
it is. It's very healthy. You can see how green the leaves are as well. It's just bushed out. It's amazing.
Lots of flower.
Yes.
Lots of
it's
flower.
covered in flowers. I mean, there must be 100 flowers or so on it.
Yeah, because right vitamins.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the job, put in the, and imagine this is on the pot. If it's this on the ground,
it's going to be even bigger, isn't it?
Bigger, yes, bigger.
Because this is, of course, restricts the roots a little bit, but it's amazing. And so green, of course.
The leaves you can see,
yes,
so
look
green.
At that. And again, looking at the soil, we can see it's
each
black,
of the branch is coming, is making more roots, because this one, not the hanging ones, but not the bush one, in the middle. Some hanging, some bush. So
it's in between.
Yeah, between. They cover and they bush up as well. Yeah. And they cover lots of place.
This is amazing, isn't it? I mean, you say that it goes along and throws out roots. So could you actually take cuttings of those?
Yes, you can do.
Is that way to do it?
Yes. With these petunias, you can do. With the hanging petunia, and with this one, you can do the cutting, easily, because always, look, if you move it a little bit, you can see all the roots is coming.
Yes,
So these ones, always you can do the cutting and rooting as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you've got the dark colours here, but also you've got the variegated ones as well. Together, That's
but this is interesting, just the one plant. Because dark ones, first they open the dark, and then later with the sun, they just get in the open color as well.
I see. I was positive there was more than one plant here. I couldn't believe it.
Yes. All right. What we're going to talk about, with the first of all, verbinia. Verbinia is very okay for the sun, and they can stay under sun very long time. They like heat. It's only things they need regularly watering. And you have to watch out the time you water them as well. Right. In the middle of the day, if you water them in the middle of the day, they get fungused.
Right.
And this time you will lose the plant. You need to cut all the flowers, all the branches, the leaves again, and spray it.
So what's the best way to prevent this fungus from growing? Would we start at the beginning of the season by spraying them?
It's the best things to do. Even if you can spray them, but even if you spray and you water it the short time, still they do it.
Really?
So best things to do early in the morning to water them, or late time.
Right. So it's best to avoid watering them during the heat of the day, otherwise the fungus will start to grow.
Best in the morning. In the morning.
Okay.
Of course, they come with the bush ones.
Yeah.
And you can always plant them either in the pots, 3 or 5 together, or if it's just one plant and just middle growing there, and you can either plant them one color or you can plant them all different color. You can design them with a different color. They have little sand as well, and bush ones always, if you trim them on the top, this is little bit high. If you trim them, they still bush out as well, and then of course there is hanging one, trailing one as well.
Yes, I've noticed this. This is very pretty, isn't it?
It's nice color, very special color.
So, I mean, how many plants would you have planted?
There is 3 there.
It's 3.
But if you need to plant them, this is arrangement pot. If you need to plant them bigger, you can plant them bigger pot, and you can have them 5. So, which is big area.
Yeah, because this is a spreading one, isn't it?
This is a spreading one. These one, especially, you can have them in the hanging basket as well. You can plant them on the flower beds. They will be nice there as well. This one only arrangement or the flower beds. You don't plant this hanging baskets, of course. And they last very long time without only fungus sickness we're talking about. Otherwise, there isn't any problem for it.
Yeah. I mean, I can see here that there are lots of flowers to come,
On the way,
aren't there?
yeah, there is
and
always.
some coming from down at the bottom here.
Yes.
So, what would you do to encourage more flowers? Would you take off the dead ones once they've
always,
flowered?
always dead ones away, of course, and then you will see always is coming. They don't need a special care. This verbenias is only regularly watering. You cannot forget about them. Regularly watering and the very right time watering them.
And that's all.
That's all.
Very good to look after. Otherwise, very easy.
And of course, most important things about verbena, just trim them. I bring one overgrowing as well, which is when it's grow too long.
Yes.
You can see the branches is not strong enough.
Yeah.
So this is neat now. Just trim it, and after trim it, they bush out more and more flower. If you notice the bush ones, more flower.
There's a difference, isn't there?
Yeah. So again, all the new ones is coming on the way. So you can find which one is in the down one.
Yeah.
And with that area, if
just
you cut it from
off.
there, you can see all the new branches is coming in the way.
Yes, I see that.
So they bush out.
So that's all we need to do then, just to
With the
trim
verbenias,
them,
that's
and
what we
then they're
need.
going to bush out again.
Yes.
So they're quite easy to look after.
It
then.
is.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about marigold.
Yes.
This is very good size. They don't go too high. They bush out this one. Of course, there is long ones marigold.
Yes.
And there is for winter time marigolds. The flower is smaller. This is the one they make big heads.
They're beautiful, aren't they? I mean, such bright colours, aren't they? Really strong summer type colours, aren't they?
They are. Of course, when is the plant on the head is open first, the head is getting bigger. But all of a sudden, if they come together, so 3 of them is open, so smaller flower.
Right.
So what you need to do sometimes, just to break it down little bit heads, and leave 1 or 2, and you will get big head. From the beginning I'm talking about. Later, when is this ready, another one when it's come, that one is coming.
Right, so at the beginning then all you're doing is pinching out the other flower heads.
Yeah, if it's so many.
To get you the one big flower.
Yes.
And then after that it's going to flower
because
regularly.
next one is coming bigger, next one is coming bigger. Because from the beginning is not, plants has enough energy to give all the heads together big.
Yeah,
so this is important.
That's a good idea. That's a good tip, actually.
Yeah,
I'm sure
the marigold, you can plant them and just normal watering is okay. Yeah. And again, is important the watering time. Of course, all the summer plants and the flower season ones is important what time you water them, it is. But we need more take care about it. Right. If you don't water this, maybe is dry, is look dead. And as soon as you give them water, they come back
to life again.
They come back.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think, I didn't give enough water and I lose the plant. No, you don't lose it. As soon as you give them the water, they come back. Yeah. Of course,
it's a very strong plant. I can see the roots. Look at that. Yeah, look at that.
And then look the soil. We use all special soil for it. This is just ready to plant. As soon as you plant this, they start to bush out.
Yeah, and I mean, this plant here is going to flower all summer, isn't it? You're going to have colour from that all summer.
All summer, good performance. Yeah. They are very summer plants there.
Yeah, ideal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to talk about Alyssum.
Yeah.
Alyssum, they come white color as well, and this is the special purple color.
Yeah.
They have sand. These are
absolutely beautiful, aren't they? Got such a lovely scent. I mean, years ago they just had the white alyssum, just the small white alyssum.
Yeah,
as
now
I remember.
it's coming yellow, orange, red.
You've got all sorts, and the coloured varieties are actually quite fragrant.
Yeah,
they're lovely. Aren't
this
they?
is my favorite one. This is
favorite?
the most one Mediterranean Garden Center.
Yeah.
We always use this kind of the one. We like this one. All customers, they know this one as well. They come straight away for that one.
And I mean, they're easy to grow as well, aren't they?
This one, they're covering.
Yeah.
So if you plant them like a guru, especially, you can design them. Sometimes you can use the different color ones and you can shape and get.
Yeah, you can have some fun with them.
Yes.
And of course, if you plant them at the front of the garden there, they're going to spread in front of the, the taller.
Taller
flowers,
plants always in front of them is the best way to plant it.
Yeah.
And they don't want too much water. They don't need lots of take care of it.
Yeah.
And of course, another things, when they drop the seeds, next season they come back.
Yeah, that's very handy actually, isn't it? Because sometimes I know that you can be gardening and then you see these little seedlings coming. And of course, that's because of the previous year's seeds, isn't it?
Yeah, we have our garden, one area, Alisium area, quite large area.
Yeah.
And this year we didn't need to plant anything there.
They just grew themselves.
Yeah, they just come. Of course, when you design it, when you plant it, it's different. But when you see, sometimes when you see the plants is coming themselves, just you don't do anything and they grow, it's nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they've come from your own plants.
Okay, anthurium.
Right. Now then, yes, we were talking about these actually before the program, weren't we, Sersar?
Yes, we talk about it. This is the long ones.
Yes.
And most people, they call this local anthurium. Actually, on the Mediterranean countries, even England, you can find this. But we used for these ones. That's why we call it local anthurium. But sand is very unbelievable. These ones,
so
it's very, very heavy and very, very strong. Yeah, they come all different ones.
Yeah.
And this season we lay down at the moment the double flower one. It's the first time.
Double ones.
Yeah, double flower one.
I haven't seen those before.
It's first time. First time is going to be in Cyprus.
That's exciting.
It's coming soon as well. Anthuriums is very easy to look after in it. It's just what you need to do when you plant them. You shouldn't choose the very windy area because they go high and too much wind is affect them. And of course they need good soil because they spend lots of energy because as you can see the flowers there and always the new ones on the way.
Yes, I can see you've got a lot of buds coming.
Even
there.
on the down ones, you can see lots of buds is on the way.
Yeah.
They don't have any problems with the influx or either any fungus. They don't have things like this. Just regularly watering, and of course enough vitamin soil, which is if you aerating your soil, and that's why we say from the beginning, aerating your soil and just make it ready for the planting. If you follow these rules, you will get good flowering anthuriums.
And of course, as with all Serdar's plants, you can see for yourselves just how green they are. So, as Sersar says, it's important to fertilise them correctly, to water them correctly, and then you'll get these results.
Yeah, but very from the beginning, if you go very from the beginning, when you're choosing the seeds, you have to choose the professional seeds.
Of course, yeah.
Not every marigold flowering like this.
No.
You know, not every petunias flowering like this.
Certainly not.
From the beginning, if you know what you're doing about with the seeds, you're doing right things, of course.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the quality of the seeds is very, very important. Yes.
And then, of course, we said to use in the soil again, very special soil.
Yeah.
This soil has to hold the water, and when you look the plant, if you see the dark color of the soil, you understand that, of course. But very begin, the plant will tell you anyway. With the leaves, plant will tell you, yes, I have very good quality soil.
Yeah.
It is important all this, and then of course, with the marigold, you can either mix them with the different color, or you can choose one color to go. But always marigold groups. Plant them groups, not mix them other plants. They don't look nice. They don't look very, very effective. But if you plant them like a groups, when you look there, you will say, "Whoa, it's nice."
Exactly. Yeah. Especially like you say, if you plant them in blocks of colour.
Exactly. Yeah. And of course, you have to leave space between them because you see this here. But you shouldn't just that much close. At least this one, 25-30 centimeter, they go round. So that much space, that will be enough for them.
Yeah, because it's important to note, isn't it? I mean, they look like this in the pots, but once you've planted them, of course, they're going to spread out, aren't they?
Yes, yes.
So, are they troubled by any pests? Do they have any problems,
not at all.
or they're quite easy to grow?
They're very easy to grow. They can stay very long time without watering. They look thirsty. The way when they stay a long time without watering, they tell you we are thirsty.
Yeah.
But as soon as you water them, they are back.
They're back again. Oh, that's very useful to know. Is it very easy?
That's very easy to yes. And of course, we mentioned some plants we didn't bring here, but they are getting ready.
Yes.
They are only small, which is vincas.
Vincas, yes.
The vincas is very, very, later we will do one program just about the vincas, but we will talk about a little bit.
Okay.
Vincas, of course, they are summer plants, and the best plants this country is the vincas.
Really?
Yes, they are. As soon as when the summer comes, most garden lovers, they don't even interest in the other plants. These all, they are looking them, they want them until vincas come out. As soon as the vincas out, everybody starts to interested with the vincas.
Yeah.
They are important when you plant them from the seeds. In our garden center, we use two different ones.
Right.
One long ones, another one bush ones.
Right.
The long ones is come only purple color one, and of course the bush ones so many colors. They come with so many colors, red, yellow, blue, lots of colors. And again, between the long bush ones, there is very, very little bush one. I'm talking about 15 centimeter, which is called positive vinca. They are a little bit softer than others. And there is another one, they grow until 25 centimeter, which is they call Titan, which is the best one in this country, Titan ones. And only problems they have fungus, root fungus. They have the vincas when they sometimes even you plant it and you just see it, they start from the very bottom on the root, and they just start to dry. You just thinking that you didn't water them, something you didn't know. Is important the garden center, what kind of the soil they use, and of course the garden center, they shouldn't use the old pots for the vincas. They should use new pots, or if they want to use the old pots, they should wash them
to sterilize them.
Sterilize them and use them again. And of course the compost again, when they use them, sometimes you see, I saw lots of garden centers do this. You see the soil is something wrong there, and the sickness is there, and the plant is going. They chuck the plant in the bin and they use in the soil again. So this time, what's happened? You inviting the sickness again to happen there. So always new compost, new or sterilized pots, and then of course professional seeds. And Titan ones is the best ones to use. If you worry about the fungus on the vincas, Titan ones is the best ones to use for the planting.
Yeah, well, I know we could talk about this all day, Sersar, but I'm afraid we've come to the end of the programme. But of course, we will be talking about vincas, won't we?
Yeah, we're going to do the program about the vincas, because there is so many things about it as well. Yes, of course. Yeah, I hope this is from the beginning enough for you to plant your summer garden. I will say good gardening.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone's going to be inspired by all the different flowers that you brought along for us, Sarah.
Of course.
Especially these as well.
All of them,
hope you have a good time in the garden this week, everyone.
Yeah, I hope as well. Good gardening.
Thank you and goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Why are Gardena cutting tools so reliable and long-lasting? Why are they so comfortable to use? Because Gardena tools' quality and perfect form are constructed by people who love gardening themselves and who know just what our customers want. Because their innovative ideas are put into practice with the best materials and the most up-to-date production techniques. Because we make high-quality materials even harder and even better. Because we strive for perfection in the production phase, only our best blades go on for further processing. Because we constantly test our blades for precision. Coat them using the most modern methods, thus permanently improving them for easier cutting. Because our precision blades are mounted with the greatest accuracy. And ultimately, because our employees have a trained eye and an intuitive feeling for each of our products. This is how perfect cutting tools are created, produced and tested for many years of tough garden use. They resist blistering sunlight. In tests, our high-quality plastics have to withstand the intensity of 3 years of Australian sunshine. They are left out in the cold, defying temperature shocks from -10 to +60 degrees Celsius. They are constantly in use. Training in the laboratory for a marathon 7,500 meters lawn edging. They are tireless, enduring tests in which the handles are opened and closed 50,000 times and 5,000 cuts in hard, dry beechwood. For the sake of your joints, they absorb the hard impact of 2,000 lifts and then still have to be able to take a fall or two without complaint. Because this is the use for which our cutting tools have been developed and produced, winning prizes time and again with a 25-year guarantee so that you can enjoy them for years to come. Gardena, live your garden.